Sabbath. I have some slides, so if our AV team can switch back to the other slide presentation, that would be great. So today we're going to be going through a Bible verse, and it's just this last week it's been a very trialing week, and so any kind of encouragement that can kind of remind me of God's love is always welcome. So in Psalms 100, 1 to 2, in the King James Version, it says, "Make a joyful noise unto the Lord, all ye lands. Serve the Lord with gladness." Sorry, I can't say. I'm getting old. Did you know that the Bible actually has over 100 verses on music and singing? So what is the purpose? Why do we sing? There's a lot of benefits. Next slide, please. So the physical benefits. Well, first of all, it's exercise. Proper singing technique is actually quite a workout for almost every muscle group in the body, and without the wear and tear of the stress on the joints. It's so great of an exercise for the elderly, disabled, or injured, but even for the healthy too. It increases our overall aerobic capacity, because singing can actually boost your oxygen consumption more so than some of the other exercises. And it increases our aerobic capacity and stamina. Also, a stronger diaphragm then stimulates circulation, which then does the entire body good. For those who are suffering neuromuscular diseases such as Parkinson's, studies have shown that singing can actually improve your vocal muscles for your speech as well as your swallowing, in addition to helping to regain balance. For our posture, proper singing technique also encourages good posture, and we learned from my husband a couple weeks ago all the benefits of posture. So if you want to review that, I would suggest you go back and watch that presentation. It decreases stress and lowers your blood pressure. Did you know that singing encourages slow breathing, which then naturally relaxes the tension in muscles? This then decreases the cortisol production, which is that all system, stress, hormone that then wreaks havoc on the entire body, organ systems. And to have a lower circulating cholesterol is then also to decrease our blood pressure. It also decreases the incidence of obesity, heart attacks, strokes, cancers, etc., etc., etc. Just lowering your cortisol is a great thing for the body. It also boosts our immune system. Having a lower circulating cortisol already helps the immune system function better. But in addition, did you know that in Germany, the University of Frankfurt studied professional choir members before and after a vigorous hour-long rehearsal of Mozart's Requiem? Oh, I love that piece. And found that the circulating IgA antibodies, these are the antibodies that are secreted in our secretions, so like our saliva, our mucus and everything, and it fights the things that come and attack our body through our secretions. They were much higher in those who were actually actively participating in the singing rather than the choir members who were just listening to the music. And this proves that it is singing and not just the beautiful music that increases our IgA, though music does increase our endorphins as well. It helps us sleep. So not only does it promote regular strenuous exercise, promote sleep, but singing specifically helps to strengthen your throat and your palate muscles, which then helps against snoring and sleep apnea, thus improving sleep for yourself as well as all of your roommates that are in there. It helps you live longer. San Francisco universities, both university systems, studied elderly in senior centers in the Bay Area and formed 12 choirs and then tested their balance, their lower body strength, and their respiratory system before and after the study. And they found that those who were participating in a choir had stronger legs and better balance, and 30% of the elderly who complained of shortness of breath had improved breathing after joining the choirs. And this also helps in people who have asthma and COPD as well. Canadian studies have confirmed this, as well as Scandinavian studies as well. So it's well known worldwide. It helps improve our skin. With the good circulation that singing helps, it also helps with our facial muscle exercises, which then between exercising and then relaxing will actually help. They're the main factors to keeping our skin looking younger. The singing causes deep breathing, which then improves the circulation. And also these exercises we see are almost kind of like having a facial yoga class, but without the expense and with and much more enjoyable too. Next slide. Emotional and psychological benefits of singing. It's a natural antidepressant. Singing and releases the endorphins, which is the feel-good brain chemical that makes you feel uplifted and happy. Also, thanks to scientists from the UK, University of Manchester, we know that we have a tiny organ in the ear called the sacculus, which is then stimulated, produces immediate senses of pleasure. So this sacculus feels vibrations between 50 and 1,000 megahertz range, but the most responsive is between 200 and 400 hertz, which is actually the exact range of frequencies of the human voice. And so note that just hearing sounds in the range of the human voice creates an immediate sense of pleasure. It lowers our stress. Singing takes our mind off the day's troubles and boosts our mood. It improves our brain cognition. They studied hundreds of children in an impoverished public school system, and they tested them and found that those who sang or learned a musical instrument had improved attention spans and brain function. Then causes a direct correlation between IQ scores and, with the years of music study that they've had. It improves alertness. So when you improve oxygenation and circulation, the more oxygen gets to your brain, and it improves how alert you are. It improves your concentration and memory, so much so that even the Alzheimer's Society has used this research to develop their Singing for the Brain programs to help people with dementia retain and maintain the memories that they do have for longer. Next slide. Social benefits of singing. It improves our communication. Did you know that singing to babies is one of the very first instructions in communication that they get? Our brains are wired to learn more effectively when information is set to music. It increases our listening skills. When we sing with other people, we have to listen to them around us, and this improves our communication as well. It boosts our confidence, because when we're singing together as a group, we're overcoming that stage fright as a group, which then with more practice, it actually helps us to overcome stage fright as an individual much more. And it helps to widen our circle of friends. And singing just kind of increases the oxytocin, which is a hormone that is a bonding hormone that mothers feel for their children, spouses and lovers feel for each other, and it increases that. So we actually have this intimacy that we have with those who we're singing with, and it helps us to bond together. Next slide, please. So it's lab time. Next slide, please. And so we're actually thinking about in our church having a musical program to celebrate the season of giving. It could be choral, it could be instrumental, it could be vocal, it could be solo or a group musical presentation. But if you would like to be part of this, then go ahead and email me. Let me know how you would like to participate, and we'll include you. Okay? I hope to see you guys soon. You guys have a happy Sabbath.
Amen.